Okay, Matthew 23 and 33. Ye serpents, this is my Shai, talking to these scribes and Pharisees. Call them serpents. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, poisonous snakes. How can you escape the damnation of hell? Hear that? See, how can you escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify. Wicked Israelites shall kill and crucify. And some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachiah, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. For I said unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. That you know it's going to be a generation where they see all this. Let them know. He warned them. Go to Matthew 24 and verse 9. He let us know. He say, then shall they, let's read up. Because we in these times now. Because they asked him a question in Matthew 24 and 3. It said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, right? That's the question asked. So, when we look at Second Ezra, the prophet Ezra was given 204 books. We only have 80 books total. The prophet Ezra was given 280 books. 204 books. So let's look at Second Ezra 6. That's not what I want. Second Ezra 6 and 7. Second Ezra 6 and 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Just like they asked him in Matthew 24 and 3. Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, right? So, Ezra was confronted with the same thing. 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, that's this world we in now, and the beginning of it that followed, the world that's going to follow, after this world that we in now. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. That's in Genesis 25th chapter, 25th, 26th verse. Jacob and Esau were born of him, born of Isaac. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, because they were fighting in the womb. For Esau is the end of the world. So Esau would have to be ruling at the end of the world. Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that's why you look at Daniel 7:18. Daniel 7:18. See, understand, we have a kingdom that's already prepared for us. Just waiting on us to get our act together. As we rehearse in our culture, coming back to the Most High. It said, but the saints of the Most High, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, we define that in Psalms 148:14. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom, how long? Forever, even forever and ever. Verse 27. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatest of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Esau is the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning of that follow it. Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Get that? Everybody gonna serve and obey him then. So it behooves you to start serving and obey him now. Because you're gonna obey him then. Or you're gonna be, he got something for you. You're gonna serve and obey him, or well, let's look at it. Isaiah. You don't want to serve him? You don't want to obey and serve him? This got something for you too. Isaiah 60 and 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. They're going to perish. Point blank. You ain't got to go no further, right? So going back to Matthew 24. Verse 3, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? We just know. We just read. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that followed. And the Mashiach answered and said unto them, take heed, pay attention, that no man deceive you. Don't let anybody lie to you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach. And shall deceive many. Many come in his name. Saying the day of Mashiach. The anointed one. The one you need to be following. Until this day. And many are deceived by them. And you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Wars. You know we know about wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, food shortages, and pestilences, diseases like we're dealing with right now, and earthquakes in diverse places, giving you clear indication. Earthquakes going to be shaking the land in different places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Say, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. You hear that? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, for rolling by Hashem Mashiach. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. That's sad, man. But he's telling you what to expect. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another. Gonna go against their brother. And shall hate one another, gonna hate one another. It's wrong. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. Look at the people in the mega churches and so forth, all these different religions and so forth. False prophets. They won't come with this word, or what this Bible is talking about, to bring the unadulterated truth to our people. So I say, for many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the wickedness in this world shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You hear that? That love is compassion and caring for each other. So they're gonna wax cold. But if you are a cold-blooded person, you can be thrown in the lake of fire, point blank. Because all the law is based upon love thy neighbor love the Most High with all heart, mind, and soul and strength, and love thy neighbor as thyself. How we love the Most High and how we love each other as the children of Israel. And because iniquity shall abound, wickedness in this world shall abound, be plentiful in this world, the love of many shall wax cold. You know, family members can't even get along, hating each other and so forth. Cold-blooded. But he that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. You know? You got to endure to the end to be saved. And what's being saved? In the end, you're going to be saved, right? Why you say that? Luke 1:68. Luke, the first chapter, is verse 68. Blessed be the most high power of Israel, For he hath visited and redeemed his people. We know his people are the 12 tribes of Israel. And hath raised up in Horn, which is the power of salvation, powers from the authority for us, the 12 tribes of Israel, in the house of his servant David, through Mashiach Yahushua, who came to the tribe of Judah. And he, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we, that's why I'm here, what is salvation? What is being saved? That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's being saved. From our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. We read how Musa said, he sold us to our enemies. Sold us to our enemies. He sold us to those that hated us. Look at Ecclesiasticus 23 and 27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Most High. You remain, you're going to know there's nothing better than the fear of the Most High, be afraid of the Most High, respect the Most High to the utmost, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Most High. It is a great glory to follow the Most High, and to be received of him is long life. That's why I go to Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. He give us directions and what we need to follow. It's no matter who's going to hear it. Proverbs 3 and 1. My son, forget not my law. He said, don't forget his law. But let thine heart, which is your mind, keep my commandments. Keep his commandments. For what? For length of days, as we just said. And long life. What it brings. And peace shall they add to thee. See? Keep his commandments. For length of days and long life. And peace. You want that peace. That's why go to St. John 14, 27. St. John 14, 20. We want that peace. Everybody should want that peace. It's a special peace. You know, these are the times that we really need to be tuned into this, because it's a peace I leave with you. Mashiach Shai tell us, peace, he's going to leave with us. He said, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, so the world can bring forth this peace that he's talking about here. Ask the Most High to give you this peace that Mashiach Shai is talking about right here. Say, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart, which is your mind, be troubled. Neither let it be afraid. Hear that? Don't let it be troubled. Neither let it be afraid. You got to take that spirit of fear off of you. Most High said, he already told you, don't fear no man that can only kill the body, but fear the Most High. Well, after you have killed, the Most High, the one that killed, they can't do nothing unless the Most High. If it's your time to go, you can walk out, you can walk, get out your bed, fall dead right there on the floor, or don't wake up in the morning. It's your day to go. Or get hit by a car, whatever. You don't have to be no enemy. It could be, Most High say, this the day you have to leave this earth. But know this, St. John 15 and 18. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. They didn't do that wrong. They put him to death. The Romans, so-called Italian Caucasians, put him to death. He was innocent. How many of our brothers been put to death? He was innocent. Or been incarcerated, being innocent. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you are the world would love his own. See? The world love his own. Those that's going to accept all the wickedness of this world. The world love you then. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. That's why you got to expect this. But believe me, if you endure to the end, it's going to pass. You're going to start following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You're going to see the Most High said, if you please the Most High, He make even your enemies be at peace with you. And that peace that Amashai is saying here, the world can't give you. You can't get it from your wife, from your husband, from your children. You can't get it from no one. Ask the Most High to give you that peace that Amashai just told us about. In St. John 14:27. That's a special peace. So I say, if you are the world, if you are of the world will love His own. The world love His own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Telling you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, than his master. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. Because we're supposed to become with the word of the Most High. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake. Hear that? For rolling by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Because they know not him that sent me. They don't know the Most High. They don't know the Most High. Verse 23, he that hateth me, hated my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, hear that? He done works that no other man have ever done. They had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. But this cometh to pass that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. Hear that? Written in their law. They hated me without a cause. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceeded from the Father, he shall testify of me. Because it's going to be him. It's going to be him. They hate him without, they put him to death and say, I'll find no fault in this man. Crucify him, let his blood be on us and on our children. So you have those children, or the ones that said crucify him, they can't help it. They're the same ones. They're not going to be able to accept Mashiach Yahushua. James 4:4. James 4:4. The adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? To be a friend of this world, be friends with this world, you at war with the Most High. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. You know, I always go to Hebrews 10:31. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. So you're a friend of this world? In the world lying wickedness, you're the enemy of the Most High. You at war with the Most High. Your arms too short to box with the Mashiach and the Most High. Look at Romans 8:35. So who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Who gonna separate us from the love of Mashiach? Your tribulation, you're going through all kind of changes, or distress, or persecution, or famine, food shortage, or nakedness, you don't have the right clothes, or peril, danger, or sword, guns, because it's prophesied they're going to be coming in people's houses. Not everybody, because he's going to protect those that he want to protect. As it is written, for thy sake, we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. See. We do all things through Mashiach Yahushua, who strengthens us to the glory of the Most High. Look, James 4 and 7. James 4 and 7. Submit yourself therefore to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Resist him. Rebuke the devil. Y'all rebuke the devil today? Rebuke the devil, and he shall flee from you. Draw near the Most High. Draw nigh means near to the Most High. Draw near to the Most High, and he will draw near to you. Draw near to the Most High. Don't be afraid. Just talk to the Most High like you talk to everyone else. You talk crap to everybody else. Talk your humility. How can you be humble when you really prideful? But hopefully you hear what he's saying, because it's very important. He says, draw near to the Most High. Talk to the Most High. Develop a relationship with the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he will draw near to you, or nigh to you. Draw near to the Most High, he's going to draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Repent. And start following the commandments of the Most High. And stop sinning. Stop breaking his laws. And purify your hearts. Purify your minds. You double-minded. I mean, he already spoke about that. You double-minded. He talked about that in chapter 1. Look. Let's start at verse 5. It says, if any of you lack wisdom is a proper application of knowledge, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith. You got to believe in the Most High, that you're going to receive it. Nothing wavering. That's wavering. Nothing wavering. Can't doubt. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea. Like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. But let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Most High. A double-minded is unstable in all his ways. You hear that? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You're thinking this way, then you go this way. You're like, what is you? You're lukewarm, really. He got something for you. You're not really hot, you ain't cold, you just lukewarm. He got something for you, but for real, for real. That's why you got to be steadfast in this. Or you're going to find yourself in a fight with the Most High. Revelation 3:15. So I know that it works. So I know what you're doing. So I know everything you're doing. Everything being recorded in the books. Most High's eyes are, 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man. I know thy works, he said, that thou art neither cold nor hot. So he say you lukewarm, you double-minded, you wavering like the sea. I would thou were cold or hot. He said, I wish you were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, you lukewarm, straddling the fence. Sometimes you're Israelite, sometimes you're not. Somebody pull you over here, now you are in the world. And you at war with the Most High, you an enemy of the Most High. And you come back, now you're an Israelite. On the Sabbath day, now you're holier than thou, Israelite. He said, all right. He said, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that they were cold or hot. I wish you would just leave it and wasn't dealing with it at all, or you dealing with it. You got that zeal still burning up in you. You still bringing forth this word. You still studying to show yourself approved unto the Most High. So then, because thou art lukewarm, or you playing around, you think it's funny, you think it's something that you can just play with, this ain't no Christianity. This ain't nothing of that nature. This ain't nothing like any religion that you ever approached to be in. This is from the Most High. This is his way. You dealing directly with the Most High. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And of Mashiach Yahushua, his only begotten son. He says, so then, because thou art lukewarm, you playing around, you ain't serious about our culture and who we are as a people, You're trying to keep the Most High's commandments and showing the love of the Most High and the love of your people, the Israelites. Oh, we say, oh. So then because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Ooh, man. He said he's going to spew you out of his mouth. Man, what's going to come out of his mouth? Go to Revelation 19. Verse 15. Verses 19 to 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nation, kill the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power. He gonna kill these nations. Out of his mouth go up a sharp sword. When he come back to do what? Verse 11. Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, righteous power. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, a Mashiach Yahushua. And in righteousness he does judge and make war. You know, he coming to judge and make war. So he gonna smite the nation, he gonna kill the nation, he gonna rule them with the law, what you should be going over right now, between Genesis and Deuteronomy. Or going on my YouTube page and type in the eyeglass, going over the laws. So I'm going over the laws. Going over the laws. Look at go to Psalms, the 2nd chapter. And verse 7. See, I will declare the decree. The Most High have said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. You hear that? Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Gonna break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, like you throw a pot down on the ground and just scatter it. So that rod of iron is going to be these laws. Let's go to verse 1. Since we hear Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Hey, most people, they say, follow your heart, right? So he said the people, they're raging and they imagine a vain thing, things that don't even matter. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Most High and against the anointed, his anointed, saying, let us break their bands, and we the anointed of the Most High. Let's break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Let us cut them off. Remember, they want to cut us off from being a nation when you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Look, okay, let me go there right. Hold that right quick. Let's go there. This is what they did. The nations. Psalms 83. Keep not thou silence, O Most High. 1 down. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies, so the Most High of Mashiach shall have enemies, and they identify right here. For lo, thine enemies make a turmoil, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. That's in pride. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. That's the 12 tribes of Israel, and consulted against thy hidden ones. That's why we don't know who we are. Our people try to tell them, you the Israelite. No, I'm Gentile. They'll take you to John 1 and 3. He came into his own received him not. Don't know nothing about verse 12, but as many as received him gave he power, spiritual power, to become the sons of the Most High, even to them that believe on Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua. They don't know nothing about that. For lo, thine enemies make a turmoil, and they that hate thee, they that hate the Most High, they are the enemies of the Most High, have lifted up the head in pride. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, 12 tribes of Israel, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You see? These nations have come together to do this, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Who are they? The tabernacles of Edom, so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, Arabs, Moab, Chinese and Hagarenes, Africans, so-called, also called Gebal, more of the tribes of the Arabs and Ammon, the Japanese and Amalek, the Jewish people, Philistine, Moabicans, and inhabitants of Tyre, Moabicans, Ashur, Syrians, also was joined with them. See? The enemies of the Most High. So what they say, Psalms 2 and 3, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Hear that? The Most High is in the heavens. So you're going to laugh. The Most High shall have them in derision. That's why you look at Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16 and 19. Most High going to have them in derision. This is future. And coming very close to now. O Most High, my strength. Jeremiah 16 and 19. O Most High, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, the Gentiles of the Israelites, the Gentiles of these other nations too. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth. We're in the ends of the earth right now. Remember, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob was the beginning of their followers. From 2 Ezra 6 and 9 that we went over. He will be ruling in the end of the world. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the world, where we in now, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. Our fathers inherited lies, religions and so forth. Things that they believe in, that they taught the children, but they didn't teach us the laws of the Most High. They taught us religion. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. Yeah, the Most High is white. Mashiach Yahushua, Jesus Christ is white. The children of Israel are white. The Jewish people claiming to be us. They inherited lies, vanity, worthless things, have no merit, and things wherein there is no profit. See? Going back to Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Verse 4, he that sitteth in the heavens, the Most High, shall laugh. The Most High shall have them in derision, like you just read, believing lies and so forth, to this day. Then shall he speak unto them with his wrath, in his wrath, excuse me. Then shall he speak to them in his wrath. You can get their attention. How? In his wrath. And vex them in his sore displeasure. Remember the Most High told him? Don't forget what he said. In Zechariah 1 and 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased. Hear that? I was but a little displeased with what we had done as the children of Israel, and they helped forward the affliction. That's why he said, verse 5, Psalms the 2nd chapter, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure of what they have done to his chosen people. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Most High have said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Yeah, ask of me, and I shall give thee who? The heathen. These are the nations outside the 12 tribes of Israel, for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. You're going to break them down with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. That's a lot of death. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, O you rulers of this world. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Most High with fear. What do you think he's talking about? He said, serve the Most High with fear. He said, fear the Most High. And rejoice with trembling. Hear that? So you rejoicing, but you're going to be trembling. Rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. But a little, he's saying. So he's going to take 1 hour to destroy all this place. Blessed are they that put their trust in him. Blessed are they that put their trust in the Most High and keep his commandments. Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 2. Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 2. First verse and the second verse. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken, meaning listen diligently unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So he's going to set us on high above all nations of the earth if we observe to do all his commandments. Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. It's a condition. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power. Right? Talking to us. Verse 15. But, it said, we keep the commandments, he's going to set us above all nations of the earth. That's what we're doing now, coming back to his commandments, following his commandments, and the kingdom going to be about the blessings that you read from verse 3 to 14. Verse 15. But, which is a condition, it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments, which I, in his statute which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now from verse 16 all the way to 68 are the curses that befell the 12 tribes of Israel. Now I behoove you, I tell you, I challenge anyone out there to go through these curses, said applies to anyone besides us as a people. Remember what the land said? Gonna bring a lawless, a shameless nation against us. Look, go to verse 49. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. July 4th, 1776. As swift as the eagle fly, giving you a symbol of what their sign going to be, the eagle. Isn't that the symbol of America? A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Isn't what the land told us in Baruch the 4th chapter? A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Isn't that what the land told us? You remember? See? Verse 48. Say, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, not your friends, but your enemies, with the Most High shall sin against thee. In hunger, you want something to eat, you got to get it from them. In thirst, you want something to water, you got to get it from them. And in nakedness, you want clothes, you got to get it from them. And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So he put that yoke of iron on our neck initially. We was released from captivity, and now here we are now, say, till he destroyed us. Hosea 4 and 6. Here we are now in this condition. Hosea 4 and 6. My people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, are destroyed. For what? For lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. You have forgotten the law of the Most High, our power. See? That's why he rejected us. We forgot the law of the Most High. He said we keep the law, he's going to make us, he's going to bring us to be above all nations of the world. But we didn't want to follow his laws. So he fulfilled what he said he was going to do. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. One reason why we destroyed too, Proverbs 1 and 7. Destroyed for lack of knowledge, right? Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. So it's amazing to me. I remember going through this in front of our people on the streets, and they would be like, "You ain't supposed to fear God. You ain't supposed to. No, no, no. God is love. You ain't supposed to." They was like shocked when I started going through the characteristics of the Most High, according to as it is written. In the end, they say, "Yeah, you supposed to fear Him. Yeah. You supposed to fear Him. Yeah. No way you can gainsay on this. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." See, a fool, you can't bring forth wisdom was a proper application of knowledge and instruction, instructed them what to do. That's a fool. That's why I say, "My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother." That's the first commandment of promise. Honor thy father and thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace. Give you something you don't deserve unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. You learning this truth. Here comes somebody that's sinning. You know they're sinning. They don't know nothing about the truth. Entice you and you allow them to do that. He said, consent thou not. Don't be consenting with no sinners. Those that you know is wicked. You know enough, you done heard the truth all these years, many years, now all of a sudden here comes somebody, got Satan in them, trying to entice you. Brothers or sisters. If they say, come with us. Let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us, like they do drive-bys and so forth. But they get ready to do a lick. I know people that they in jail. It was asking for a ride. You got the wrong car. The cats killed someone. They doing pretty much life. It's very important that we see this because we got to be on the right path and remain on the right path. Because they have a lot. When you look at Revelation 12 and 12, it's what we're looking at with all the things that are manifesting in our world today that we can see. So therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. We in the heavens right here. Power's been thrown on the earth is heaven. Ozone layer, the sky is heaven. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, right? So when you look at this, that's why you have to know the beginning and the end of things, the middle and the end of things, because it's all here in the scriptures. Go to Proverbs, the 30th chapter. So the devil coming down on you because he know you have a short time, right? It's a lot here. So we know